Let's begin. Good afternoon, class. From today's discussion, Ms. Secretary, are there any absentees from today's class?
No, sir, there are no absentees for today po.
That's brilliant. Our topic for today is called Using Information for News Reports, Speeches, Informative Talks, Panel Discussions, etc. in everyday conversation and exchanges. Before we proceed to our lesson proper, let's play a game first. I have here a jumbled letters. All you need to do is to arrange it because it's connected to our lesson topic for today. Are we clear with that?
Yes po, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes po,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, let's begin. Before you answer, you must state your surname and I will call you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. For item number one, it is to prevent the spread of an infectious disease. Any volunteer? Anyone who wants to answer?
Mga has, sir.
Jola po.
Okay, Miss Mangahas.
Sir, I think it's quarantine.
Let's see. I will show you the correct answers later, okay? For item number two, it is designed to manipulate people, perception, or real facts.
Santiago, sir.
Okay, Miss Santiago.
Fake news po.
Let's see later. For item number three, it is the person receive medical treatment.
Minjola po.
Silva po.
Okay, Miss Menjola.
I think it is patience po.
Oh, let's see. Okay, one more.
Ordoño.
Item number four.
Ordoño po.
Okay, Miss Ordoño.
It's comprehension.
Let's see. So I will show all the correct answers. Number one is quarantine. Number two is fake news. Three, patience. Four, comprehension. Oh, you got all the correct answers. I'm delighted that you got all the correct answers. Did you know how to do a wonderful clap?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, I will teach you how to do a wonderful clap, okay? First, clap your hands 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Stomp your feet 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and say, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3.
1,
1, 2, 3. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
That's brilliant, guys. That's brilliant. Our objectives is A, classify various information in the daily conversation. B, use of information in news stories as well as lectures that may apply to everyday dialogue. C, honing essential skills for reading comprehension. D, to extend their perspectives, generates reports or have a conversation with them. So I will read an article and you will also read the article and understand it well, okay? Is that clear with you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Then I have here some questions to ponder after I read the article, okay? As weeks went by, the only show that people were waiting on their television screen was just the news of COVID-19. When will the execute be lifted? No one knows. It started in 2 weeks and for a long couple of months, and finally the month of August came in. When the Interagency Task Force, or IATF, lifted the quarantine to Modified Enhanced Community Quarantine, or MECQ, the purpose of the said decision was to try to save the economy. Some establishments were finally seeing a light after a long sleep. Some workers worked differently from their respective professions. A lot of them became online sellers, food delivery personnel, either Grab or Food Panda. And some of them tried to establish their own business. The internet solely became our medium of communication. food orders, transactions, bills, and a way to cope up with our boredom. In November, a cure was finally developed. They said that it would just a matter of time and everyone will be vaccinated. Unfortunately, the virus evolved and formed other classifications or variants. Some were more infectious and deadly. Some experts said that it was more deadly as it evolved with the help of the ecosystem of the infected person across the globe. But as time went by here in the Philippines, the restrictions were getting lighter and lighter. The virus is deadly, but on the other side of it, we saw camaraderie, we saw unity, and we saw how the system of our allied medicine personnel works all day and all night. When I heard about the news on COVID-19, I was just relaxing. But everything just changed after the announcement from the palace. It was unexpected that ECQ or Enhanced Community Quarantine was implemented to the entire Luzon after 48 hours. It felt like the world just stopped for a while. The next day, everything was rushing, groceries were full, and the entrance line was exceptionally terrifying. Invitation for purchasing necessity was posted, and if you're lucky to enter the grocery after just a few hours it opened, you would see empty trays and columns. Hallways were full of people who were lined up to pay for their basket and carts. Even the sari-sari stores were empty. Everyone was preparing for 2 weeks Luzon-wide quarantine. Filling up their cabinets was their number one goal at that moment. When the quarantine started, the world seemed slowed down with empty roads. There were no shows on TV, and the only sirens of ambulance and barangays mobiles were the sounds you will hear from homes. It was like a zombie apocalypse, or even worse. Hospitals were on high alert. All staffs of every hospital was required to wear a PPE or personal protective equipment before interacting with patients. Days after, the number of infected patients bombed every hospital. I remember that every hour there were 2 to 3 ambulances which were passing by. Each municipality also provided a quarantine pass to chosen to the chosen family member who can go outside. He must present the pass in every grocery, drugstore, and other businesses. Temperatures were also installed at every entry establishment to ensure that people who are entering each establishment would have temperatures not higher than 37 degrees. Are you guys gun reading?
Yes, sir.
Yes
Yes,
po.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, that's impressive. Um, I have here some guide questions to ponder. So let's begin. For item number one, who wants to read and answer? Any volunteer?
Santiago po, sir.
Okay, Miss Santiago.
For number one, why do you think the palace announced that ECQ will be implemented in Luzon? So my answer po is letter C, because everyone is in panic because of the announcement that enhanced community quarantine will be implemented.
Okay, let's see if you get the correct answer. I will share it later, okay?
Okay
For
po, sir.
number two, who wants to read and answer?
Storya po, sir.
Okay, Miss Torio.
Um, in November, what can be inferred from the passage below? In November, a cure was finally developed. They said that it would just a ma- it will be just a matter of time and everyone will get vaccinated. Unfortunately, the virus evolved and formed other classifications or variants. Some were more infectious and deadly. Some experts said that it was more deadly as it evolved with the help of the ecosystem of the infected person across the globe. I think the answer is letter A, sir. Vaccines can reduce the chances of getting infected or infecting other people.
Okay, let's see. For item number 3, who wants to read an answer? Any volunteer?
Raymundo po.
Okay, Miss Raimundo.
The virus is deadly, but on the other side of it, we saw camaraderie, we saw unity, and we saw how the system of our allied medicine personnel works all day and all night. The answer is B. People are setting up community pantries for the less fortunate people.
Oh, I see. For item number 4, who wants to read an answer?
Manjola po.
Panghas, sir.
Okay, Miss Menjola.
For which section of a newspaper will you most likely read this piece? My answer po is letter D, news.
Hmm. As far as stated in the question. For item number 5, why? Who wants to answer by the way?
Reyes po.
Panghas, sir.
Okay, Miss Reyes.
What did the municipality provide to the chosen family member who can go outside? My answer, sir, is letter B, quarantine pass.
Oh, so I will show all the correct answers. Here are the answers. Oh, you got all the correct answers. Can we do again the wonderful clap?
Yes po, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
One,
One,
two,
One,
two,
three.
two,
One,
One,
two,
two,
one,
three.
three.
two,
one,
three,
two,
okay.
Wonderful,
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 wonderful.
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 That's brilliant, guys. That's impressive. Um, Sometimes reading a text is simply hard to grasp. Um, you would know the difference between real or fake news because identifying real context will help you to widen your horizons, give you critical thinking skills about speeches, news reports, and everyday conversation. Now, I have here some essential skills for reading comprehension. For item number 1, we have decoding. Decoding is one of the fundamentals of reading comprehension. Decoding has something to do with the language skill named phonemic awareness. You are all aware in the phonemic awareness, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Okay, that's good. Phonemic awareness is part of a bigger umbrella named phonological awareness. As phonemic awareness is concerned, in order for a young learner to read a word, he/she must first identify the relationship of words and sounds. For instance, in order to read can successfully, he/she must know how to pronounce C as K, A as A, and N as N. Two, we have fluency. I will give examples later. To master fluency in reading, students must first recognize letters and words instantly as soon as they saw it. Fluency speeds up the rate of reading and understanding a given passage. For number 3, we have vocabulary. Vocabulary is the ability to understand one word depends on how many words you can recognize and understand. Familiarity with words is essential in this part. Having a wide range of vocabulary makes a reader more efficient in reading, fluent, and a higher rate of reading speed. For the examples of fluency. One of the essential and fundamental techniques to attain a higher level of reading comprehension is to read different books with different level of word sections. In fluency, you can use the English conversation that Sergio wanted to install. You can use it to expand your knowledge, etc. From vocabulary, playing word games is a suggested practice to enhance the skill. It will increase the level of your vocabulary unconsciously and having fun at the same time. I have here an app called English Skills. There are many options like synonyms and antonyms, crossword puzzles that will help you to expand your knowledge in grammar, etc. Next, we have essential skills for reading comprehension. So, sentence construction and cohesion. When ideas and details fit together clearly, the reader can follow and read it easily. Cohesion means the ideas are tied together smoothly and clearly. So coherent devices repetition of a key term or phrase. For example, we all do better when we work together. Our differences do matter, but our common humanity matters more. As you can see, there's a repetition, the word matter. Next one, we have synonyms. You are all familiar with synonyms, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
That's good. Synonyms are words that have the same meaning, but gives different variety of word choices. Here's an example. I'm already aware that this building will be gigantic from the start, but after the construction, I cannot believe my eyes with this spacious museum. So the synonyms there are gigantic and spacious. For the pronouns, this, and those are very useful pronouns when someone is referring with something previously mentioned. It can also be used in referring an entire sentence or paragraph as well. For example, the vaccine efficacy was questioned even before they got shipped here in the Philippines. However, the government advises the people to still take it as they are essential in earning the herd immunity across the country. So the point is vaccine. Next one, we have the transitional words. Lengthy texts are hard to read and recognize, especially if you can't distinguish whether a sentence was correlated with the previous one. Transitional words can help us to identify where is the end and the start of a thought or idea. For example, however, vaccines are highly recommended by most of the doctors across the globe. However, the rumors about the negative side effects, people who died on it, makes other people decline the vaccine. Just like in the situation today, many of us don't want to have the vaccine because of its negative effects. Five, we have reasoning and background knowledge. Background knowledge about what you are reading draws your inferences, which also develop critical thinking and makes reading lighter and enjoyable. Inferences is the ability to understand the text without all of the information being spelled out. From context clues, the author gives information about the plot, characters, setting, and other elements of the story by the things she infers. Concept map and graphs also help the readers to create visual model for inferring and securing a background knowledge. For example, the wind is cool, the sky is a bit dark, but it's already 3 p.m. I guess it will rain sooner or later. Next one, we have working memory and attention. Working memory and attention are both key to achieving new information. Attention gives the reader focus, and working memory makes the informative information have sense. For example, um, an example of working memory task includes holding a person address while listening to the directions on how to get there by the ways. Do you have any questions in essential skills for reading comprehension?
Everything's clear po, sir.
No,
None,
sir.
sir.
None,
Clear,
sir.
sir.
So, okay, that's impressive and brilliant. So, let's have an activity. Directions. Match the various type of text in column A with their corresponding meanings indicated in column B by writing the correct answer by writing it on the space provided. For item number 1, who wants to answer? What
Santiago,
Silba
is
po.
the meaning of background knowledge? Okay, Miss Santiago.
the answer for number one is letter D po. It draws in background knowledge, draws inferences, and it develops critical thinking that makes reading lighter and enjoyable.
Okay, let's see later. I will show you the correct answers later after all these columns. Rather. For transitional words, who wants to answer?
Silba po.
Okay, Miss Silva.
I think the answer po is letter C, transitional words. It can help us to identify where is the end and the start of a thought or an idea po.
Okay, let's see. How about number 3, synonyms?
Naghala po.
Panagsagan po.
Mga sir.
Okay, Miss Panagsagan.
Letter B, sir. It is a words that synonyms. It is a word that have the same meanings but gives different variety of word choices.
Mm, that's good. How about number four, attention?
Hindi lang
Reyes
po.
po. Mga has.
Okay, okay, Miss Mangahas?
Attention, sir. I think the answer is letter E. It gives the reader focus in achieving new information po.
Mm. For the number five, pronoun.
Sir Joseph,
Okay, Joseph.
pronoun, I think the answer is A. It is used when someone is referring with something previously mentioned.
Oh, let's see if you got all the correct answers. Oh, I didn't. Okay, okay, okay. Um, for number one, the answer is uh, letter D. It draws inferences, the bell critical that makes reading lighter and enjoyable. Transitional words. Wait. Can have the identifier is the end at the start of our idea. Synonyms. It is words that have the same meaning but gives different variety of word choices. Attention. It gives the reader focus in achieving new information. And for the pronoun, the answer is letter A. It is used when someone is referring with something previously mentioned. Are we clear with this, guys? Last brother?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. For your evaluation, do you know the issue about the fried towel in Jollibee?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
po, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Fried towel. So all you need to do is to summarize it in 3 to 5 sentences. It is the auto chip stands by Jollibee by Alexandria Denis San Juan. Is 1 hour for you enough to summarize it to 3 to 5 sentences?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good, guys. I will create a post in a Google Classroom and submit it on time. For assignment, what are your experiences with the pandemic and how can you acquire information from news to assist you to broaden your horizons concerning the pandemic? Same as the evaluation or to the sa or to the Jollibee Pride Travel activity, I will make a post in a Google Classroom and submit it on time. Any clarifications, any concerns?
None so,
None,
sir.
None,
sir.
sir.
None,
None,
sir.
sir.
Mm, that's impressive. Thank you, guys. And here are my reference. Thank you, class. God bless us all.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Yes,
sir.
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 Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
I'll stop the recording. Wait. Wait.